Hey there, it's Darcy Sullivan from the Clinic Marketing Podcast and Propel Marketing and Design. Before we dive into today's episode, I'd like to take this opportunity to invite you to a brand new, limited time, on-demand webinar called How to Dominate Google Search, Google Maps, and AI-driven search results. This is designed just for clinics. In just 1 hour, you'll get a roadmap for boosting your online visibility, making sure people near you find your clinic first, all without paying for ads. You'll also walk away with a free patient-centered SEO action plan. If you've ever felt buried in the Google results or puzzled about how to rank higher for your targeted keywords, this webinar is for you. Register now by visiting propelyourcompany.com/learn or grab the link in the show notes. Hey there, it's Darcy Sullivan from Propel Marketing and Design, and you're listening to the Clinic Marketing Podcast. Today, we're talking about patient stories and case studies, how to use them ethically, and how to turn them into content that actually ranks. Because testimonials and results can be some of the most powerful content on a clinic website, but they are also one of the easiest places to accidentally cross an ethical line or to publish something that feels salesy, exaggerated, or uncomfortable. So we're going to do this the clinic-friendly way. By the end of this episode, you'll know how to collect patient stories with consent, how to write case studies that support local SEO, how to turn stories into website pages, blog posts, and videos, and how to leverage reviews, including turning reviews into images you can post to your Google business profile. Let's jump in. First, why patient stories can help you rank. Google is always trying to match a searcher's question to the most helpful answer. When someone searches chiropractor for sciatica in Denver, or acupuncture for migraines near me, or physical therapy for runner's knee, they are not only looking for a service, they're looking for proof. They're looking for context. They're looking for someone like them. Patient stories and case studies help because they naturally include the words and phrases patients use. They reflect real conditions and concerns, and they create trust signals that generic service pages usually do not have. The key is that you are not writing medical promises. You are writing an experience, a journey, and the type of support your clinic provides. Now, let's talk about ethics first, because if you skip this part, you can create risk fast. Here are the core rules I want you to follow. Rule 1, consent is not optional. If you are using any identifiable patient information, including their name, photo, video, voice, specific timeline, workplace, or details that would make a person recognizable, you need written consent. Even if the patient says, sure, go ahead, you still want it in writing. It protects them and it protects you. Rule 2, you can still tell great stories without identifying someone. A de-identified story can be incredibly effective. Instead of Sarah, a 42-year-old teacher at the elementary school, you can say, a patient in her 40s who works an active job. Instead of a specific injury date, you can say, over the last few months. Instead of exact outcomes, you can focus on functional wins and lived experience, like sleeping better, returning to walking, being able to sit through a workday, feeling more confident moving again. Rule 3, do not guarantee outcomes. Avoid we fixed, we cured, permanent, everyone, works every time. Use language like helped, improved, supported, reduced, reported, noticed, was able to, their experience was. Rule 4, choose dignity over drama. A lot of clinics feel pressure to tell extreme stories because they think that is what sells. But the stories that convert best are often simple and relatable. The patient who can pick up their kid again. The patient who can drive without pain. The patient who can get back to training. Those are powerful. They also feel ethical and human. Now let's build your patient story engine, meaning how you consistently turn one story into multiple SEO assets. We're going to use 4 content types. 1, website content. 2, a blog post case study. 3, a short video. 4, review-based visuals, including turning reviews into images and posting them to Google. Let's start with the website. Most clinics bury testimonials on one page called Testimonials, and that is it. That page is fine, but it's not enough. Here are better places to use stories on your website. Add story snippets to key service pages. If you have a page for acupuncture for headaches, include a short 2 to 4 sentence story snippet right on that page. Make it about the experience and the type of care. Example: a patient came in dealing with frequent headaches that were affecting work and sleep. After a care plan focused on calming the nervous system and supporting tension patterns, they reported fewer headache days and felt more confident managing triggers. Their favorite part was having a plan that felt steady and doable. That type of snippet adds depth to the page, and it includes the language patients actually use. Second, add stories to condition pages and symptom pages. Condition pages often rank well because they match search intent. A short case snippet can increase time on page and trust. Third, create a results or patient stories hub page. Instead of one long testimonial page, create a hub that links out to individual case study posts. This helps SEO because it creates internal links and topical authority. It also helps humans because it's easier to browse. Now let's turn one story into a blog post case study that can rank. Here's a simple ethical structure that works well. Start with what they searched for or what they were struggling with. Not their name, not identifying info, just the situation. Then describe the goal. Examples: they wanted to get back to running without flare-ups. They wanted to sleep through the night. They wanted to reduce neck tension that was triggering headaches. Next, describe what you assessed in a non-medical, non-technical way. This is where clinics often get too clinical. You can say, we looked at movement patterns, day-to-day habits, and areas of tension. We talked through routines, stress load, and what made symptoms worse. We reviewed what had been tried before and what felt sustainable. Then describe the care plan in broad strokes. Not proprietary details, not a medical claim, just the categories. Examples: a mix of in-office sessions and simple at-home mobility. Treatment paired with lifestyle and ergonomic support. A phased approach, calming first, then strengthening. Then describe progress as milestones. This is huge for credibility. Week 2, they noticed driving was easier. Week 4, they returned to light workouts. Week 8, they were back to a more normal routine. Milestones feel real and they avoid guarantees. Then end with the takeaway. What would you want another patient like them to know? This makes the post helpful, not salesy. Finally, add a gentle call to action. If you're dealing with something similar and want to know what your next step could be, book a discovery call or request an appointment. Now, how do you make that case study rank? Here are the SEO moves. Put the condition and city in the title if appropriate. Example: acupuncture for migraines in Austin, a patient story. Or how physical therapy helped a runner return to training in Tampa. Use headings that mirror questions people search. Examples: what caused symptoms to flare up? What we focused on first? What improved over time? What to expect if you're dealing with something similar? Add internal links. Link to the related service page, the related condition page, and your contact or appointment page. Add images. Even simple images, like a de-identified photo of a treatment room, a practitioner working, or a graphic quote from the patient. Images help engagement, and they give you more places to add descriptive text. Now let's talk about video. Video patient stories can convert like crazy, and they can support SEO if you embed them on your site. You do not need a complicated production. You need a clear structure and a calm vibe. If you are filming an actual patient, you need explicit written consent for video. If you are not filming a patient, you can still do a case story video where a team member tells a de-identified story. Here's a simple video script framework. Start with the situation. A patient came in dealing with X. Then the goal, they wanted to be able to do Y. Then the approach, we focused on A, B, and C. Then the progress. Over the next several weeks, they noticed these changes. Then the takeaway, if you're dealing with something similar, here are 2 things to know. Then a soft CTA. If you want help figuring out what makes sense for your body, reach out. Now the ranking piece, put the video on your website. Embed it on the relevant service page, condition page, or the case study blog post. Add a short written summary below the video. It does not need to be long, but it should include keywords naturally. And if you use YouTube, make sure the video title and description are consistent with the page it's embedded on. Now, let's get into the Canva piece, because this is where clinics can create a lot of visibility without more writing. You can leverage your reviews ethically by turning them into simple, attractive graphics. Important note here. Do not offer discounts or gifts in exchange for reviews. That can violate platform policies and it can backfire. Also, do not edit the wording of someone's review in a way that changes meaning. If you shorten it, use an ellipsis-style approach by selecting one complete sentence or two and keep the spirit of what they wrote. Here's what to do. Step 1, pick reviews that are specific. The reviews that help ranking and conversions usually mention a service, a condition, or the experience. Examples: they helped my lower back pain. Acupuncture helped with my migraines. I finally feel comfortable lifting again. They explained everything and never rushed me. Step 2, turn them into image posts. In Canva, choose a simple square template. Add the quote, add the first name and last initial if you have permission, or just verified patient if you want to keep it anonymous. Add your logo, keep it minimal. Make a series so the templates look consistent. Step 3, upload those images to your Google Business profile. Most clinics forget that the photos section is content. Post your review graphics as photos and also consider using them as part of your regular updates if you do those. When you upload, name the image file something descriptive before uploading. For example, acupuncture migraine relief review Lake Worth fell. This is a small move, but it keeps things organized and can help with relevancy signals. Add a short caption when possible, focusing on what the patient valued. Example: kind words from a patient who came in for headache support. We love helping people feel more comfortable and confident. Also mix in real photos of your office, your team, and your services. Review graphics should supplement, not replace, real imagery. Now, how do you turn reviews into ranking power on your website too? Create a section on each service page called something like What Patients Say. Add 2 to 4 short review snippets that match that service. If you have the review content, include it as text on the page, not only as an image. Text is readable by search engines. Images are great for visual trust, but text helps SEO. You can do both. Put the text snippet, then add the matching Canva image below it. Now, let's put it all together as a simple weekly workflow, because I want this to be doable. Here's the 1 story per month plan. Week 1, collect the story. You can do this by sending a short form after a win or after a care plan milestone. Your form can ask, what were you dealing with when you came in? What did you try before? What changed for you? What would you tell someone who's considering coming in? If you want to feature them with their name or photo, include the consent checkboxes. Week 2, turn it into a blog case study post. Keep it de-identified unless you have permission. Link it to the right service page. Week 3, record a short video version. Either the patient with consent or a team member telling the de-identified story. Embed it on the case study page. Week 4, create 2 to 4 Canva review graphics. Upload them to your Google Business profile photos. Add 1 set to your relevant service page. That is 1 story turned into multiple ranking assets without creating a content factory. Before we wrap up, here are the biggest mistakes I want you to avoid. 1. Publishing a story with identifiable details without written consent. 2. Making it sound like a medical guarantee. 3. Hiding stories on 1 testimonial page only. 4. Using only images for testimonials on your website without any text. 5. Sharing review graphics but never updating real photos of your business. Patient stories and case studies are not about hype. They are about helping the right people recognize themselves in your content and making it easy for Google to understand what you do, who you help, and why patients trust you. If you want help building this into your website structure, your service pages, and your local SEO plan, book a discovery call with our team. We can look at what you already have and map out the simplest way to turn real patient experiences into content that ranks and converts. All right, that's it for today. Talk soon.